Hill Country Education Foundation was born in 2009 when I was 10 years old. In 2017, the board decided to rename the foundation to the Viper Nation Education Foundation because all kids in the 4 Point schools will eventually be Vipers. Now, I'm graduating from Vandegrift this year, and I had no idea how much the foundation has been there for me. I think Principal Little says it best.
All successful high schools have a foundation behind them that helps give them a continuity of purpose and a community feeling that when you're giving to the elementary schools, the middle schools, and the high school with the Viper Nation Foundation, that it's a seamless benefit for the whole community.
What has the foundation done? The foundation gives back to our schools in many ways. Tonight we're going to look at two of the biggest: impact grants and annual grants. Annual grants are yearly awarded by the Foundation Board to important programs that require continued funding. Impact grants can be applied for to bring in new curriculum ideas into the classroom. Viper Nation Education Foundation has awarded over 100 impact grants to our 8 schools. Tonight, we are going to take a look at both of these grants. First, let's take a closer look at impact grants. River Place, River Ridge, Steiner Ranch, and Grandview Elementary Schools all have gardens that have received funding from Viper Nation Education Foundation. In 2016, Laura Welch Bush got its chance with a $1,500 impact grant for an outdoor classroom.
We are so thankful to Viper Nation Education Foundation for providing this wonderful grant that has given us the ability to put in a garden for our students.
All 5 elementary schools also received an impact grant in 2011 for graphic novels that help 5th graders understand many challenging science concepts. These books are still in use to this day.
So these are wonderful. One of the examples is Forces in Motion, and then we also have Scientific Safety. So these come in a little plastic set along with a teacher pamphlet that gives us information on how to utilize them.
The reason I like these books is because it talks about refracting light, and it also says a magnifying glass used is a convex lens to make small objects look bigger. Glasses are convex, so that it'll make whatever you're looking at bigger, and you can see them better.
In 2017, Grandview received a grant for numerous games to help support STEM education. Listen to Ms. Rabge, a 2nd grade teacher, as she explains how effective these games are in her instruction.
The problem solving is awesome. For example, I was just working with one of my students on laser maze. So we worked and we worked. He kind of challenged himself, went through problem solving strategies, and figured out his right answer. They are doing things right now that my 5th graders were doing, and I'm able to use a vocabulary that I know they're going to need in 5th grade: reflection, refraction, rotation. Those big words, but they can see it in the actual games that they're playing right now.
Every year, as Vandegrift High School grows, some classes have gained mass popularity. For example, Mr. Wiedemeyer's Aeronautical Engineering class, which started in 2015 thanks to an impact grant.
Yeah, we started the drone section with a grant from, at that time, Hill Country Foundation. And we had one class, and we basically built 6 drones. And that was great for 2 years, but then all of a sudden the program went from one class. This year we went up to 78 kids, spread across 4 classes. And so we really didn't have enough materials or budget money to continue the drone program. So the emergency grant helped us. There's lots of little things that they run into when they're building it, flying it, and you're not going to get that out of a worksheet.
What do our school principals like about impact grants? Let's hear from Canyon Ridge Principal Susan Sullivan and 4 Points Principal Joe Ciccarelli.
Last fall, I wrote a grant for a very important training, and wrote a rather large grant and was given this grant of $5,000. Joe Ciccarelli, Charlie Little, and I had the benefit of going to a Cassandra Erkins training. Not only did this grant pay for all 3 of us, but it was able to help fund the remaining middle school campuses. And this was huge because it's given all of us a focus for assessment for the school year.
Probably the coolest thing, most impactful thing from my perspective is how easy and efficient the grant process is. The application itself takes maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes, so a teacher can do that, I mean, in the amount of time they have available. And then And then we get our answer back just weeks later, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks later, we have an answer back. And then it just means that the time from the inception of the idea to when we have money in our hand and we're able to execute that is just really shrunken down.
Now I think you get the idea of what a positive impact your donations have on the foundation and its impact grants. Now I'd like to show you some of the foundation's annual grants. Let's start with robotics. The foundation has invested more than $60,000 in annual grants to robotics programs in all 8 Viper Nation schools since 2009. Today, there are more than 23 robotics teams in our elementary, middle, and high schools, and they all receive grants from the foundation. The FLL, FTC, and FRC teams have competed in and won national and international competitions. Many graduates have gone on to pursue engineering tracks at college. Here at Vandegrift, the robotics club room is always busy. But where does all this excitement start? How do kids arrive at high school so excited and knowledgeable about robotics? It starts with the FLO program in elementary and middle schools and the hugely popular annual scrimmage, all supported by the Viper Nation Education Foundation. Free to all elementary and middle school 4 Points FLL teams, the scrimmage gives the kids a chance to experience robotic competitions in a non-competitive environment. For many kids and adult mentors, this is their first time in a competition.
We were a little bit uncoordinated way before all this, so I think this helped us come together as a team more.
So before the scrimmage is kind of getting your programs down, trying to pull the team together, coming up with research, what you're going to do for the scrimmage, because you're preparing for the scrimmage. After the scrimmage, you get a feel of what basically the whole competition's about. So after that, you know what's gone wrong, how the judges react to what you're presenting to them, and it's almost like everything's more clear to you, and you know the format and how you're supposed to do things. So then when the real competition comes around, everything goes a lot more fluently and smooth.
I had no idea how much the foundation has done for me to make my education one of the best in Texas. I mean, I use Naviance all the time, and I didn't know that the foundation gives $10,000 a year to the district to make sure that I have it.
Naviance is a good way for me to find out if the scholarship is right for me.
Naviance is a great website to find all your information. There's test scores, there's GPA, there's class rank.
And Jumpstart. It's an absolute must summer crash course in learning how to do your college applications.
Hi, my name is Emily Youngblood, and this is my 4th day at Jumpstart. It has honestly been so helpful, and doing it during the summer has really just helped me just take the stress off, and so knowing that I'm going into school with all my applications done will just really help me. And then also Jumpstart has helped me find my transcript. It's helped me know what colleges require, which I didn't think some of them required certain things that they do.
What may surprise a lot of parents in the community is how important the foundation is to the actual performance and the recognition that the school receives. Vandegrift is one of the premier schools in the country and a top school in Texas. And a lot of the people don't always understand that the foundation supports some of our core programs that lead to some of the success. Whether it's our College Jumpstart program where students are getting hands-on experience with the college application process and support, or our PSAT boot camps, or our Naviance communication systems for the parents that help support kids 9 through 12 on their educational exploration to college. All of these things play into the actual hard data performance results that we get on other things through accountability, recognitions, and so forth for the school, and the foundation has a direct hand in helping us achieve those goals.
I hope you see now how much the foundation helps us students achieve academic excellence. But there is one other important group that the foundation helps: our teachers.
When you get into the teaching profession, you don't think of it as doing it for, being recognized. You do it because you love children, because you love what you're doing. I've never been recognized in this capacity. I don't do my job to be recognized. So receiving this honor is the greatest honor I've ever received in my teaching career. It meant the world to me. I cannot express how thankful I am. Thank you, Viper Nation Education Foundation, for this amazing opportunity. I'm so excited.
The Viper Nation Education Foundation mission is to stimulate academic excellence for students in Austin's 4 Points community in the areas of leadership, entrepreneurship, college readiness, and science, technology, engineering, and math through private funding. Thanks for helping Viper Nation Education Foundation make my education amazing. Keep up the good work for the future. And if Viper Nation schools are this good now, just wait till these kids get to be my age.
So, raise your paddles high!